Welcome, everybody, and welcome again to another Greater Crofton Chamber of Commerce podcast. My name is Adam Pohl, and I'm so happy to be joined by members of the Alzheimer's Association of Greater Maryland. So many events that we're going to talk about and take a look into the nonprofit industry and how that has done here over the last few years, which has, of course, been such a tumultuous time for everybody here in the United States. First, we want to say a big thank you before we get going to our main sponsor. You can see him. Let's see. I'm kind of in a mirror here. So right here, I'm actually pointing the other way. D4 Strategies. D4 Strategies Innovative Communications. They have a video here that we're going to show now.
Public Relations. Communications. Below-line marketing. We tell the power of your story. D4 Strategies, Innovative Communications.
So thank you to D4 Strategies once again for being our main sponsor. My name is Adam Pohl, and great to have with us the Development Director, Torres, and the Constituent Events Manager Katie Bittinger here of the Alzheimer's Association of Greater Maryland. Ladies, thank you so much for being with us here today.
Thanks for having us.
Pleasure.
Katie, let's start with you because you focus on events, and I know it is your time to shine this time of year, isn't it? I mean, you guys have so much going on. The Alzheimer's Association of Greater Maryland means that you guys are a regional entity. You can talk to us about that and some of the overall events that you have coming forward here in the near future.
Sure, absolutely. And and here in Greater Maryland, we have 6 walks. We are in the thick of it. We have 2 down and 4 to go. So this Sunday, the 11th, we have our Western Maryland walk. Following Sunday, the 17th, it will be in Anne Arundel at Sandy Point State Park. So I'm really looking forward to that. Then we also have on October 23rd, one in Hunt Valley, our Baltimore walk. And then we have our Eastern Shore on October 30th. So we still have a lot of opportunity to raise some critical funds, create awareness for this disease, and create some excitement around the walks.
Katie, if you can't put together a team, can you support some of the teams that are already involved? And how would you do
absolutely. You can be a team of 1, not a problem, but you can certainly join another team. You can walk as an individual. We still have sponsorship opportunities if you would like to come to showcase your company. We have some table opportunities available, all kinds of opportunities. So feel free to give anyone a call. You hop onto the website, alz.org.
Yes, once again, alz.org. So great to be involved. And I know, Ellen, this is a big month for you guys. So
it is.
Trying to get as much involvement. It really doesn't matter where you live, right? You can be involved with anything going on.
Yes, and I would like to point out that we are following all CDC safety requirements for the walk, and we will be in person at Sandy Point State Park. And we will be social distancing. We will be doing, keeping people separated, socially distanced. We'll have hand sanitizer stations. We'll do all of that. But we really want people to understand that they can walk wherever they feel safe and comfortable. So you can start your own little walk area if you want to walk around your own neighborhood. You can walk in your own community in any way you like. If you are a family team or a business team, you don't have to worry about October 17th. If you think, wow, we'd really like to do this, but we don't have enough time. Could we walk a little bit later in the month? Yes, of course you can. You can pick your own time and walk in your own community. And so you're able to do that. We want everybody to feel safe, but also feel like they can do this. So we'll walk everywhere, not only Sandy Point State Park.
That's wonderful. And Ellen, when you talk about the Greater Maryland, a lot of people might not understand all the areas that encompasses. So could you explain all the areas? Because you guys are around the majority of the state.
Yes, and the Alzheimer's Association is in every community everywhere. And
Yes.
so we just, as the Greater Maryland chapter, we have all of the counties and Baltimore City in Maryland, except for those 5 counties around DC.
Okay.
So St. Mary's, Calvert, Charles, Prince George's, and Montgomery are part of our national capital area chapter. But as we are one organization, we do the same things. So if you are looking for support or information for a loved one who is dealing with Alzheimer's or dementia, or if you yourself are in early stage yourself and you are looking for resources, we are there to help no matter where you are. And so we have a 24/7 helpline that truly covers the entire country. And no matter where you are, we will match you with a local office that can support you. We don't have a physical bricks and mortar building in Anne Arundel County, but our staff are sent everywhere. We cover everywhere. And that helps us to keep our costs down and to put more of the money that we raise directly into our services. So somebody will be there 24/7. Our helpline is available, and all of our other services, whether it's care consultations or it's our early stage programs, our education seminars, they're done all over. So there is someone there to help.
Katie, tell me, how have people been doing here in 2020 and now 2021 in being involved with these walks in an era where, it's not as safe to be together?
Well, I think after 2020, everyone is excited to get together and
Yes.
come out. And as Ellen mentioned, we've been very careful and thoughtful with our COVID protocols. So we haven't had any issues. People are excited to get out and support. This disease does not stop. And our constituents are very passionate about the cause. So they are out in full force. The fundraising has been going very well this year. Anne Arundel has really stepped up. I'm very pleased with everything that the constituents have done.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Ellen, I know that, it's hard to focus on a lot of different events, but the walks aren't the only thing that you have going. There is a special event. Let's see if I can get it right here. The Pythias A. and Virginia I. Jones African American Community Forum on Memory Loss that
Yes.
you guys put on every fall. This
Yes.
time of year, usually in person, but it's going to be virtual this year, right? And
Yes.
tell us what that is, because that's something that's open to the community as well.
Yes, we have a lot of community-based education seminars, and we do them now. We're doing the majority of them virtually. As we start to see it's safe to do them in person, we will add them back in. But in the meantime, we're doing everything safe. And we have a series of education seminars, from the 10 warning signs of Alzheimer's to what you can do to reduce your risk for Alzheimer's or dementia, things that are more specific for caregivers who are actually in the middle of caregiving. So there's all kinds of caregiver support. The African American Community Forum is really unique in the fact that it is speaking directly to the African American community about the disease and dementia and how it relates to them. African Americans are twice as likely to have Alzheimer's and dementia than non-African Americans.
Wow.
And so we know that they're at higher risk. We know that they also do not often have the same access to services. And so we're doing everything in our power to make that more equitable and to help them get the resources they need. So all of the speakers and the program is directed specifically for them, and anyone is able to join us. It's a free conference. You're able to join us, but in particular, this one is really targeting those issues that would be related to those families that are in the African American community. But in the spring, we have a series of other conferences that are going on that are for everyone, for anyone who is a caregiver, whether you are a family member, a friend, or a professional caregiver who is looking for more education. So all of our services are free, and they are funded by our sponsors and also for our events like the Walk to End Alzheimer's. So we make all of these services available. And if you're interested in learning about this particular conference series, which goes over 4 weeks, so it's about an hour and a half each Saturday for the first 3 Saturdays in November. We skip Thanksgiving week and we go the first weekend in December. Information is available on our website, alz.org. Maryland, and you'll get information about services, support groups, everything that we do, including the walk.
So let me ask you a little bit about that then, Ellen, about what you guys do, because all in all, there are so many charities that do so many great things in our communities. And this one, though, is something that I think of has affected, I don't know if I could say most people, but really, I mean, it would be hard to find somebody that doesn't at least know someone
Yes.
that has been affected by Alzheimer's or dementia. So with that being said, what are some of the things that and services that you're able to bring to the community?
That is absolutely true. And what we usually say is, for those people who say, I don't know anyone, they either do, and yet they haven't had that conversation with someone. People still, there's a little bit of stigma still with this disease. And so people don't necessarily share. Also, the disease can take a slower path than many other diseases, in the sense that somebody could be living with this for years. And the caregiving, the burden of caregiving for families increases as the person progresses in the disease. And so it becomes so all-consuming. But in the beginning, they're overwhelmed by the diagnosis. Oftentimes, it's very difficult at times to get a diagnosis. So many of the medical community says, "Oh, you get old, you forget things." Well, no, this is an actual brain disease. This is actually something that is wrong. And actually, just to clarify this, dementia is an overarching umbrella that includes many different kinds of dementia. Alzheimer's is most common, but vascular dementia, Lewy body dementia, frontal temporal lobe dementia, there's many, many different kinds that are going on. So people don't necessarily know that a dementia, whether it's called Alzheimer's or not, still kind of falls under the same umbrella. And so people are living their lives, they're struggling with this. And until you ask, you might not realize that somebody very close to you might very well be suffering with this disease themselves, or their families are living with this and in this uncertainty. So we know that there are 110,000 Marylanders that have a diagnosis of Alzheimer's or other dementia. And we know that next to those 110,000 Marylanders are 2, 3, 4, or more people who love them that are involved in their caregiving, or family members that are missing this person who is slipping away from them. So you might have a child who is missing their grandma, who they're seeing that she doesn't remember who I am, and they don't really understand what's going on, but they know there's something wrong. And they're also seeing that their mom or their dad are so absorbed in the caregiving that they are shuffling between caring for children and caring for someone that they love. We recently signed up. We have another event that we do in the spring called the Memory Ball Dancing Stars. And it's a wonderful event. It's a gala. And we asked individuals to dance and get people to vote for them for their dance and raise money. And one of our brand new dancers said something that was so profound. She talked about the loss of her mother. Her mother died of Alzheimer's, and her father died of caring for Alzheimer's. And so his own health was so greatly affected by the all-consuming caregiving of his wife that he stopped taking care of his own needs. He stopped going to the doctor to take care of his own. And we hear this over and over.
Yeah.
The Alzheimer's Association is here to help. And our goal is to reach every single person so that they know they're not alone, whether it be the support groups, the 24/7 helpline, 1-800-272-3900. Truly, at 2:00 in the morning, if you are at your wit's end, your loved one will not go to sleep. You've got to go to work the next day. You don't know what to do. You're like thinking, oh, I have to sleep in front of the door because he keeps saying he's going to work, but it's 2:00 in the morning and he retired 15 years ago.
Right.
What do? You call us and we'll walk you through it. We have the consultations that help a family every step of the way. So today, this is what you need. Don't think about what you need 2 years from now or a year from now. Today, this is what you need. And as you get to that next stage, we'll be there with you then. and then we'll be with you throughout the whole journey. So that emotional support is really incredible, which is one of the things that we love about the walk.
Mhm.
People come out, they hold a flower, and the flower signifies where you are in your journey. So if you are holding a yellow flower, it says to
Interesting.
everyone, I am a caregiver right now. And they see, wow, I am not alone.
Right.
I am not the only caregiver here. And those that are carrying orange are the people who support you. And so you look at this army of people around that are saying, it's not me yet, but I care about you. And that's why I'm here.
Katie, when
Purple.
when you look at it in that light, like Ellen just represented, how many people that are a part of the walks are, I don't know if liberated is the right word, but feel cared for just because they can see that community around them, because obviously this can be a really, really tough and lonely road to hoe.
Oh, absolutely. And that flower garden is one of the most powerful parts of the walk. It really is. You know, we've had them planted and people are just walking through, holding pictures of their loved ones. And,
Mhm.
it's so meaningful to them to see that they are not alone through this journey. And it just gives them hope, I think, for a cure, which is what everyone wants. So it's very powerful to hold that flower and look at all of the surrounding colors that are there supporting you. It's very powerful when you're standing there at the walk to see that.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Ellen, to wrap things up, tell us, because it seems to be a big thing for the Alzheimer's Association, is to let people know all the different things that you bring to the table. And I'm sure that we will have caregivers that have not reached out to you in the past that are watching or listening to this conversation. So what would you say to them?
I would say to them that it's okay to ask for help.
Mhm.
There are so many people, especially, I think to my own parents. My parents were married almost 65 years and before my dad passed away, and he was in the early stages of the disease. And there were
Mhm.
things that were happening with him because of the disease that my mother didn't share with us because she didn't want to embarrass him.
Mhm.
And, you have a caregiver who has been for so many years, has been that, I take my vows seriously, and yet you're not alone. You don't have to be alone. And it's not an intrusion if you ask for support. And for your siblings or your children or your grandchildren that are there to support you, information is power. And so you've got a disease that's confusing. It's heartbreaking when someone you love does not know who you are. It's like little deaths along the way, is what people have said.
Wow.
And so each one of those heart-wrenching things, it's hard to go through by yourself. And we're here. This is why we're here. And our volunteers, and I do want to do a quick plug. We need volunteers. We desperately need volunteers to help us reach all these people. And so if you are interested in getting involved with the association, whether to lead a support group, to do education seminars, to join the walk committees, to do anything that we do, please give us a call or come to our website and look for information.
And Ellen, could you give that website one more time?
Yes, alz.org/Maryland.
There it is, everybody. Well, Ellen and Katie, thank you so much for being with us here today. This was quite a inspirational chat, and we wish you all the best in what is going to be a very busy month ahead for you guys with
Yes.
all the walks and different events that you have here to come.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you
we
so
want to
much,
say a
Adam.
big thank you once again to D4 Strategies for sponsoring this conversation. My name is Adam Pohl. This is our Greater Crofton Chamber podcast. Big thank you again, though, to Development Director Ellen Torres and Constituent Events Manager Katie Bittinger. As my name is Adam Pohl again, here with the Alzheimer's Association of Greater Maryland. Have a great day, everybody.